Toute la vie changée, je dis je pas point précaution. Ça qui était pour manger, fais pas faire enfin. J'aurais mis anthropophage, capri porte comme black, mais qui ça nous qu'a trouvé avant. Bande, bande, bande. Bande, bande. Non, la nature pas nous, tant qu'il faut mais non comprendre. Il peut pas passer.
You asked for more live and relevant talk shows, and we heard you. 88.5 Super FM presents House Guest, a brand new, fresh fortnightly feature airing on Wednesdays at 10 a.m. House Guest will showcase a cadre of professionals, from doctors and entrepreneurs to the next door friendly neighbor. So tune in as we network the community with a platform for open, frank, and informative discussion. Only on Super FM, your community radio station.
Sofa FM is now at 10 minutes after the hour of 10 a.m. in Surface and Lucia, and of course the Eastern Caribbean. Good morning, good morning, good morning. It's another beautiful day, and it's House Guest. Can you imagine that? It's Thursday, but it's a special edition of House Guest. It's a pleasure to welcome in my midst our competitors, I must say, for the Festen Manje Kweyol Competition we saw taking place at Fond St Jacques on Sunday, the 22nd. I attended, and I must say, the nerves were racking. I was not even competing, but then the nerves were racking because we know what those sort of competitions can really bring about in terms of the anxiety. You tend to be panicky and all those different things. And of course, everybody wants to actually capture the title of best female chef. Representing in the house, I feel empowered, women empowerment. Good morning. Bonjour, Sakafet. It is Juni Kweyol. I just learned that little thing, Sakafet. Sakafet?
Muy bien, muy bien.
More bien too. Now that you all are here, a special welcome, and this is an opportunity for you to introduce yourselves. Just share with us a little about who Johnny is, who Sonia is. Anyone can go first.
My name is Johnny William. I reside at Petit Book Fond St Jacques. I'm the sole owner of a small business named Sidetrack Delicacies, where I provide catering services, fast food services, and cakes.
Nice.
My name is Joanna Gustav. Everybody around Soufra knows me as Sonia. I worked at the Soufra Infant School, and I have my side job, which is Sonia's Catering, and I've been doing that for more than 10 years. I reside at Les Pays Fond St Jacques, and I guess that's it.
So from that, I can more or less say Fond St Jacques produces the best chefs. Both of you guys from Fond St Jacques and still have a culinary background. How interesting. Even to that, I must applaud the both of you guys for your efforts as well. How were you able to get into the whole competition aspect of it?
For me, I was asked to enter by Miss Sandra Prosper, and although I told her that I didn't feel like competing, but my husband asked me to go in. He said he wasn't scared for me, so that I should try and go in. So then I came up, I said, you know what, I'll give it a shot and I'll go ahead.
Would you say that this was your first competition?
Oh no, it's not. Probably my 8th, 9th.
Oh wow.
But this was my second food like cooking meals. This was my second time. Prior to that, I did a competition at Castries where we had to do use Christophine to do a dish, and I did a guate out of the Christophine, and I became the winner of that one. But the others have always been cake baking competitions that I've done in the past. So
Nice.
this was probably my ninth.
Wow.
Yeah.
Congratulations again, too. Let me hear from you, Miss Gustav.
Well, this is my first time competing.
Oh,
And I was asked by Mrs. Prosper as well. And she literally begged me. And I said I wouldn't. I've never done it before. I was a bit skeptical. It's fine. I love cooking. I have a passion for cooking, but then I was skeptical about doing it. And then she begged me. She sent Shala Kade to ask me, and I said no. And then she came by herself. She asked me, and then I said, "Okay, Mrs. Prosper, I'll give it a try." And then I did, and it was good.
and then here we are, the fruits of the hard labor, you know.
Yes.
So for persons, again, if you're just tuning in, good morning to you. We had a cooking competition at Fond St Jacques, and we have the winner, and do we say the first runner-up in the person of Johnny Williams and Miss Sonia Gustav. Congratulations to you both. The nitty-gritty of things, I want to know, how was that day from start to end for you guys, and also speak about the various delicacies that were presented in terms of, I know we saw the dessert, we saw the beverage, we saw, the only thing that is still stuck in my memory is that rabbit, you know. But then just share with the listening audience.
For me, starting off, what really caught us, the first challenge we faced that day was our charcoals. And what happened was that I brought in the charcoals, but I ended up sharing the charcoals with Miss Gustav. And that was our challenge. The charcoals really gave us the first thing for the day. But we had times where the judges had to come out and fund the fire with us, so we could get it going, because it was keeping us behind. In the end, the judges gave us an additional, because the competition was 3 hours. It was supposed to be 3 hours long, but the judges gave us an extra 30 minutes because of that challenge. Also, what I could say, although it was a competition against the four of us, it didn't really feel like that for me, in a sense that we all shared. We all cooked, we shared items. It was teamwork, and I guess that made it fun for us. That made it a lot of fun for us. For my appetizer, I gave lentil and provision soup, and with that I serve fried bake, but I stuffed that with saltfish in there. So instead of giving the ordinary bread on the side like we would get in most resorts or restaurants out there, I give a fried bake with stuffed saltfish. For the main course, we gave honey glaze provisions as well, and curry rabbit. With that, I served a drink. Well, my assistant, Chef Ali, she did a drink, Bounty Sour. For dessert, I did our own poon, and I served that with a mint and glaze and a one in the sauce on the side. Yeah.
Even with the presentation of those various dishes, as you just made mention, what would have been the most challenging aspect for you? Was it like the rabbit thingy? I know it's
Yeah,
really
the
hard.
rabbit. when I started the curry, there was a time where I went to check out the rabbit, and I was like, I'm gonna be presenting my main course next, and it still has a few minutes to go. So what do I do to get that rabbit to the right texture to present it to the judges, because it's not the right way that I want to serve it. So there's those little tricks in the kitchen that you try and you do to speed up the process in cooking. So I remember that in booth number 4, Mia Peter, she did a cake. So I said I'd ask her whether I can borrow some baking powder from her. And she did lend me the baking powder, and I added it to my rabbit. And in a few minutes, it was the texture that we wanted. So like I said, it was really a matter of teamwork, because I don't think there was any one of us that would have survived the day or presented the dish that we wanted the day if we didn't get help from each other's booth.
Well done. Can I hear your presentations as well?
Well, to be quite honest, the only thing about my cooking that I really didn't like was my the cornmeal pudding. It did not come out the way that I wanted it.
In
But,
terms of texture,
the
taste,
texture,
what
like it was a
exactly?
bit too dry. The taste was good, but it was a bit too dry. Probably I did not add enough liquid there. But apart from that, my appetizer was avocado puree with salsa, cucumber and tomato salsa with the crayfish sauteed in a garlic butter sauce and with a little smoked herring at the top of it. That was my appetizer. Then for my main course, I had my rabbit cooked in some coconut cream with a little red wine and ground provision medley sauteed in saltfish. And with my drink, it was, well, I name it, you know, the long time people used to do their squash, like the sour oranges sweetened with their brown sugar and a little banana essence, and they used to call it squash. So I add some vodka to it and I turn it into a squash tail. Yeah, instead of a
Squash
cocktail,
tail?
it was a squash tail.
Oh,
Yes.
wow.
Yes, served in a small coconut with some lemon wedge on the side.
Okay, permit me to ask, was it the judges in terms of a mystery basket, or you all were supposed to have come up with your own ideas and innovatively feature the Creole aspects of that?
Yes, we were
Yes.
supposed to. Yeah, because everything was just laid out,
Laid
on,
out
the
on a table.
table, and we just had to go and choose whatever we wanted.
From the table.
Yes, from it.
So coming out of this competition, and other ladies, we know there were a lot of chefs as well. How would you encourage them? Do you all see yourself actually going regionally or even internationally as well? We know the world is just an oyster.
Yeah. I guess if it comes to that, then certainly it's I'm willing to give it a try.
Like I said, that was my first time, but if I have to do it again, I will. I will. And having the assistant that I had, if I'm going to get her again, I'm going. But if I'm not going to get her, probably I won't.
You might get somebody else even better or just like
Oh, well,
her.
yes, but then I would prefer having her because, you know, we worked so well together. We cooperated so well.
Yes.
She was giving me ideas. I was giving her ideas. We were, you know, putting things together. It was so good.
And that's what it's supposed to be, you know.
And you know, from the start when we had our meetings prior to the competition, Sonia was the one who was a bit scared because I think maybe you felt that we were younger and we had like more modern ideas. So I remember telling her, if there's somebody that we are supposed to be scared of in the competition, it's you because you're the elder, you know all the Creole stuff. So we're the ones that should be looking out. You should be the biggest threat there. And she came out and she was
And at one
victorious.
time I told her when we attended the last meeting, I said, Jenna, you see these young people, let's get out of here.
Yeah. Yeah.
Well, I'm happy you all guys were just having fun out of the whole competition and forging the camaraderie as well. Also, in terms of the judges, we know sometimes they were not the easiest and we may not want to hear certain comments that have been made, but how were you all able to receive all those things as well? Turn the weaknesses into the strengths.
The judges, I guess, like I said earlier, when the judges came out, you know, at first you'll feel like maybe it's a threat. You should be
Especially
nervous.
when you see Orlando.
Yeah, well, I've done competitions before that he was the judge, so I am used to being around him judging. They didn't feel like judges out there to really get us nervous. From the start, they helped us with
With
the
fire,
charcoal of
so you know,
fire.
that kind
They
of
were there.
ease up
Yeah.
the stress.
And all the booths, like all the other ladies, they brought it out. So the judges going around looking out for what's going on and things, they didn't give that sort of body that something was wrong, that we were doing wrong. I mean, all the ladies, they brought it out.
And let me just take this time, even to persons who participated and that are not there. Maya Peter from Miraculous Treats, we want to say congratulations to you, regardless of not being placed. Each and every one of you guys are winners. We have Gabrielle, James, congratulations to you as well. It's just the courage of actually going out there to say,
Yes.
I can do this and let me just try to do it, and not looking at the accolades, but knowing the experience is what drives us through. So you can carry on that experience. Sometimes another competition comes and you may just exceed that. So I think experience is the biggest teacher in any and everything. I am excited to know, do not just stop here with such a dream. Are you all planning to evoke, that passion, that whole Creole aspect of it into the youngsters, those who actually want to carry on that very same vein? What are the plans? Keeping it in Fond St Jacques?
Yeah. For me, I'm willing that anybody who wants to work with me, whether it's on a job or want to come and get some training, they are free to do so. I think a lot of our traditions are being lost, especially in the cooking.
Definitely.
Even myself, sometimes prior to going up to the competition, I had to be asking some of the elders, tell me some of the things that you, because I even Miss Sonia and some of the other elders, that what are some of the things that were done, that were eaten before and stuff like that, how it was prepared. So I think a lot of the traditions have been lost. So from what I learned, I would love to share that with anybody else that's coming up that would love to learn it as well.
I strongly agree with you. And just taking it away from the cuisine aspect of it, traditionally, I think a lot of things have been lost. Even the fashion, the way of dressing and everything
Yes.
else. And even now, persons have come so lazy where we do not even want to walk anymore. Everything is just start the vehicle and just the short trips where you can exercise your
And they
legs.
don't want to
We
cook
prefer
either.
to
Young people don't want to cook.
Yeah.
take out,
Yes, yes.
take out. Technology is good and it's bad. And what I saw that I really want you guys to maybe expand on, it caught my attention. I saw the three stones.
The wash for the fair.
Yeah, I
Wash
saw
for the
that,
fair.
and I'm saying, but to me, where
Who
you
does that
guys got
anymore?
that?
Yeah.
Yeah, who does that? For the coal pot, yes, it's still a thing. It assists in certain times, but then with the three stones and sticks and stuff, I say, come on. I mean, I was really marveled when I
The
saw
stones.
that.
So listen, the breadfruit when you cook it on that open fire, it tastes better than when you cook it in water.
I've
It
often
is
heard
all
that, but who
soft
can
and nice
who
and
can
mushy.
test to that
Yes.
to say it's true?
Yeah.
Really?
Yeah.
And even with now that I bake, that's one of the services that I offer. I have never, prior to the competition, I never baked a cake in the drum oven before. And doing it on the day of the competition was my first time doing it. And I was surprised. Really, I was surprised at the way it turned out, because I was like, how? Like how? Sometimes you put a cake in the oven and you see it takes so long to cook. How are we gonna do in a drum? And then it happened. So yeah, there's a lot of practices that we lost, and it would be really nice to bring it back in.
I didn't do the drum, but I did it all. I
On the
did it like
stove,
like
yeah.
the old people. You put your cold pot, and then you put your pan, and then you put whatever cake is. That's the way I did my bread pudding, my congee pudding. I put it in another pan, put a little fire on top, at the bottom, put fire on top, and then just let it do its thing.
But even hearing you all speak to that extent, I'm still in my head saying, but how did that happen, or how can it even happen?
That's the way the long time people used to do their macaroni and cheese.
Yeah, and it worked for them.
The cold
It
pot,
worked.
Fire on top, fire
at bottom, yeah.
Yeah.
Macaroni and cheese like that?
That is better.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
And the bread too.
Because when the gas finish on you, it's dying after the boy. The gas finish on you, a big Sunday, you can't buy gas.
Okay, I'm gonna get a little personal now in terms of, we know Juni Kweyol is on Sunday and various activities are being put forth by various schools. Catering business, what exactly? Where are you all at? Will you all be presenting things to the school, preparing? I know Miss Jenny did mention of her hands being tied with so much she has to do. I don't know if Miss Sonia can speak that very same sentiments as well. I'm here to hear from both of you guys.
Well, I work at a school, I'm the caretaker for the Sufra Infant School, and then we'll be hosting our Junior Creole activity tomorrow.
And it's all on you to prepare
Well,
everything.
yes, we'll have other helpers like the cooks from the kitchen, and some of the parents will be helping, but the main thing is really me.
Just share with us
Yes.
what will be prepared.
Well, we'll be doing some stewed chicken back. You eat it with the breadfruit.
So I
or the
should come?
dasheen.
I
Oh,
should
yes.
come.
Oh, yes. Yes, we'll be selling dasheen of green fig or breadfruit. We'll be having the local juice. We'll be having saltfish. We'll be having the bouillon, the pigtail bouillon. We'll be doing snout sauce. Well, more like a suskai.
I was confused.
Yes. We're using the snout to do like
The mouth is the snout.
Yes,
But
the
that's not
snout.
supposed to be eaten.
We'll be doing like we'll be boiling it, chopping it small, and
Okay.
thing it, and then do a nice suskai for it. Yes, we'll serve it with in a little bowl.
Okay.
Yes.
And what is happening in
For
Fond St Jacques?
on Sunday, I'll be taking an off day. Yes, because the Saturday we have a catering already booked for Saturday, and on the Monday we have something already booked. So it would be fair to let everybody, those people who work with me, go out and enjoy themselves on Sunday and come back to work with enough strength on Monday.
Oh, what a sweet manager.
Yes.
Any vacancies?
Yeah, no, that is yeah.
I want to, sometimes you're never too old to learn. I have gone to various activities in the communities the Festen Manje Kweyol Committee organized, and my take, not criticizing, but then I purchased a bowl of sardines, cucumber, avocado, and to some extent, I do love roast sardines, but then I just couldn't. I couldn't because it was overly salty. I couldn't. So I'm gonna ask what is or what are the proper methods in terms of getting your sardines roasted that is to the way you really want to sit and leave nothing or not even the plate you want to leave in your
Well,
hand.
everybody do things differently. I don't salt in my sardine. I roast my sardine fresh and I do my suskai. Or I stew it in all your seasoning and you add your salt while you season. That's the way I do my
Okay,
sardine.
so you roast it fresh,
Fresh.
but then how would you get to add like the salt and
Well,
stuff?
you can add the salt while you saute in it, while you saute your seasoning and things like that. You can add your salt. That's the way I do it. I don't know for other people. Just put the salt in the suskai. Yes, I don't salt in my sardine.
Okay.
For me, the salted one, after roasting it, you just, I believe, most likely the person didn't leave it
wash it.
enough water and thing. And even if they tasted it, probably they could have let it sit in a little, just put a little sugar in the water, let it sit in there a
I
little.
know you do that for saltfish. I wasn't sure for
Yeah.
like the sardines.
Yeah,
You do that.
it's pretty the same salt, yeah, the same thing. So you just let it sit in there a little, and then while you probably when you stew it, I'll probably advise find something that would cut down on salt, maybe like a little bit tomato, probably cut up a little tomato or something that would cut down.
Oh wow.
Yeah, something that would cut down the salt in there. And don't add any other of those little seasoning things, those little powdered things.
Oh,
Because
yeah,
they will add
The
additional.
cumin, these things
Yeah,
and
these things will
salt.
continue adding
Yes,
salt.
yes,
Because
yes.
the saltfish,
Yes.
the sardine itself has enough salt already to take it to what it needs. You just need your herbs to give that extra kick.
Okay, I must confess, I have a parcel of sardines in the freezer, and I'm trying to think of how do I go around with it. But thank you so much for that. I wanted to say I was asking for a friend, but it's actually me. And I wanted to know
Sometimes
how.
you do make mistake
that
because
as
I
well.
remember in
Yeah.
the competition I do my smoked herring.
Mm-hmm.
I boil my smoked herring and I shred it and I forget to wash it with water. After we spread it on the thing on the appetizer, then when I tasted it, I said myself, but this is salty. And then she said, yes, it's salty. But then with the salsa, the cucumber salsa, the tomato,
Yes.
yes, and the avocado puree, so the salt was not too much. But then if you had to serve it just by itself, it would be salty.
Okay, and to both of the chefs, I hope all that discussion, you all know my taste buds, you all are enticing it and all that sort of thing. So I'm looking forward to the sour bounty and I'm looking forward to the salsa and everything else I know that's in the vehicle. But then we're getting some love. Claudia Charles, good morning. I'm enjoying your program from the BVI. Looking forward to hearing more of your creative cuisine. I'm about to ask that. I'm a proud solution. Thank you. We have Fleming Alexis. Take it easy. Facts. Again, the person rightfully just put you in the spot of what I would have asked. Tell me more of your creative cuisine.
Depends on what exactly they say. They're asking. Are they asking in general of the Creole?
Yeah, I think that's the
of the
aspect
Creole
there. Yeah.
creative cuisine.
Yes.
I think what's happened about the young people now is maybe that they got a little bored about the way food was presented back then. So right now, we just need to get more innovative ways. I should say, if it's allowed in food terms, sexier ways to present food back then, to let it be creative so that persons nowadays can enjoy.
Like the vegetable, like the ground provision medley. You know, in the olden days, you just find a piece of breadfruit by your plate, a piece of dashing, you know, a piece of pig, a piece of plantain. But now you can take that dashing and the breadfruit and everything, and you can just make something beautiful out of it. Yes.
You don't even know that's what you're eating.
Yes.
I'm loving these, but I think it's my time to actually confess I'm not a provision person. I love pasta and macaroni and spaghetti and a baked potato pie and a baked macaroni and cheese. I love all those things. So for me, if I have to really eat, I love a fry ripe plantain, or I would eat a ripe plantain and je choisis. I love sweet potato and pigeon peas, but you don't even get the pigeon peas anymore. I think it's the Creole kind of something with pigeon peas, but sadly, we don't get it. Big up Johnny, good seeing past classmates showing off their skills. Mikey, I'll leave that there. I don't know, Mikey. Again, I want to ask in terms of what else I saw. The pawpaw, the green pawpaw was actually being used so creatively. With pawpaw, naturally the green one, it is something that has excessive milk and it's really bitter. So how were you able to just transform that?
It's not bitter when it's prepared.
Yeah, when you boil it, it comes
really
out
green.
Because the long time people used to use the pawpaw to soften the meat. It was like a meat tenderizer.
Oh, wow.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes, used to tender the meat. That's the way they used to use it. But now people just boil pawpaw. You can just boil your pawpaw and eat it like a piece of dashing.
Yeah.
Or you can make other things with it. Yes.
And something else I remember, I saw that for a bit, some farine,
No, I didn't.
I didn't.
I didn't.
but I think it's part of Creole.
Yes.
So given the
Yes.
fact that you all are the experts here, how would you all probably just use farine to incorporate something extraordinary?
You can do the matete with it with the
Yeah.
The
avocado.
matete?
Yes, avocado.
What's the matete?
Avocado and saltfish with the farine.
Well,
You mix everything
matete.
together, yes,
yes,
and you make
yes.
a finished ball out of it.
Yes.
Yeah, you can use it. But in my days, in my younger days, when I was growing up
Matete.
at my mother, I used to love my farine with my soup, my Sunday soup.
Really?
Yes, you put it in the
Yeah.
soup. Really nice.
That's horrible. But I learned something today, matete, but you have to tell me the English so I can use that tomorrow in a program. Claudia Charles, like creative breadfruit, yum, dashing, and banana dishes. As we have a taste of the Caribbean night coming up in November. That's your challenge there. Coming up in November, you guys, I'm just going to reiterate it. Like creative breadfruit, yum, dashing, and banana dishes. As we have a taste of the Caribbean night coming up in November. So that's homework for you guys to start really preparing and showcasing your talents and everything. And this is the thing that we actually made mention of when competitions are actually taking place. We must always go in it open-mindedly and not for the winning purposes, and learning as much as you can, inculcate that in your day-to-day culinary aspects, kitchen-wise or business-wise, whatever it is, and you just learn and you grow from that. I'm sitting here and I'm saying, matete, I've never heard of that, but then matete, interestingly. Something else I want to ask again, you mentioned the poon. I'm confused with the poon. Is the coconut bread?
No, that's the cornmeal.
Cornmeal is
Almost like
coconut
a
bread.
cornmeal cake,
Yes,
kind of.
yes.
The poon is the cornmeal cake.
Yes. We both serve for dessert. We both
Yes,
serve. We both
cornmeal,
use the
yes.
same cornmeal.
Yeah.
Okay, so with a cornmeal cake, which is the poon, what accompaniments would they have been in terms of like maybe like a, well, not ice cream, because back in the day people
No.
were doing ice
Yeah.
cream, but then what would it be served with?
Well, mine was served with guava compote. Like you caramel the guava a little bit, and it was served with that.
But you know what I love? I'm not sure if it's like Creole, the coconut tablet. I love that sort of thing. Is that Creole? Part of Creole? No, it's not.
I guess
fair.
it falls under it because it's one of our local treats.
Local, yes. I just brought a whole set to the Bank of St. Lucia this morning.
Okay.
The coconut
Tablet?
Tablet, yeah, but it's very tiny ones.
You all are here. Again, we know you guys have businesses as well. Challenges you all may undergo from time to time. Is it manpower? Is it equipment? your own resources? Is it, I mean, what factors would contribute to the various business challenges that you would have? And I would love for you to speak on behalf of community businesses, women like yourselves. It's a movement, and sometimes we see Sonia has a business, Jenny has a business, she has a clientele. You have yours. Sometimes we tend to oppose certain things when we're in the business and there's no support. How do you all foresee that for the betterment?
For me, the first challenge would be price increases
Oh my God.
every single day. So it's like a customer is trying to reach you. They want a quote on a job that they want done, and you go with a quote that the pricing that you use for the items. Now, even though you add $1 or $2 extra on it, you do the quote from that. The job is in the next 2 weeks. When you go, the price of these ingredients has
It's crazy.
skyrocketed, and it's you now left with the challenge of how you're gonna do so you could make that not be at a loss kind of or thing.
So how do you
Yes,
do
while
it?
satisfying the customer. So what I would do, the accounting part of it, most times I leave it to my sister. But what we have tried to do, or what we've been doing, is always put after you move, like let's say my staff pay, my ingredients, whether we have to deliver because there's gas, we put a fee for gas. There's that little bit we put for if any unexpected something happens.
Yes.
You know? Yes. So that's how it would be. And
even petty cash
yes.
for a business.
Yeah. The other thing for me is although now we find some grants and stuff being available for people with small businesses, I still find that sometimes it comes down to who knows who and that kind of thing. So small businesses like myself are left with the challenges of trying to fund your business and do your business on what you earn on your own.
Wow.
Yeah.
Well, I guess sometimes it has to do with the customer. Sometimes they don't have the money and they will tell you they want this, but they can only afford to pay that certain amount. And sometimes you have to help out.
Yeah.
Sometimes you don't always have to think of the profit. Sometimes you have to
Yes.
think of advertising yourself, and
earning a client that could go back and give you 10 clients.
Yes. So sometimes that's the challenge. That's you still are at a loss, but sometimes you still go and
You
do what you
human.
have to do.
We
Yes.
human, we try and help.
Yes.
Okay. 20 minutes moving up to the hour of 11 a.m. in Surface and Lucia. And of course, the Eastern Caribbean. I could stay here whole day and talk about food. And I know they have something in the car. My instincts did mention that for sure. Let's hear in terms of, let's not forget, Christmas is approaching. Let our mouths water. What is planned?
Usually for Christmas, I have my fruitcake sale. I have not to do it on a large scale like I've always done before. Like I put my flyers out and all of that. It goes back to the price increases again. I am not going to go on the large scale anymore. I have all my stuffs ready and waiting. So my regular customers, they're going to call and place their order, and that's what I'm going to do. I'm not going to have any flyers out this year. So if anybody wants, they would have to message me. I have my usual customers already messaging, put their names down, don't forget, that kind of stuff. That's how I'm going to do it this year.
Wow.
Yeah.
Well, for Christmas, I usually sell at market. But I bring my fruitcakes at market on a Saturday. 2 Saturdays before Christmas, I take my fruitcakes to market, and that's it. And if I get a little catering here and there, that's it. But
Yeah.
apart from that, I stay home, I do my thing, I do my cashew punch, my avocado punch, my pumpkin punch, and my friends come, they enjoy.
I have a mixologist here.
Too much. I'm moving from one food to the drink to I'm just imagining the taste in my mouth, And none of you guys are feeling sorry for me, but then let's hear. How are you all plan to celebrate Sunday? Are you all going to the stadium? No?
But I don't stay home and rest Sunday because I've had
A
very
hectic
busy
week.
day for the
Yeah,
past
I
last week.
plan on
Yes,
this.
so plan on going to church on Sunday because there'll be no mass at Fond St Jacques. We'll be attending church in Soufrière because I sing in the choir. I will be going to church in Soufrière and go back home, and that's it.
Okay.
I do a little one pot, maybe a bouillon for lunch, and that's it.
I'm not a bouillon
My my nephew has a booth at the stadium, so I'm just gonna give him the little
assistant.
support. Yeah,
Oh, wow.
booth number 12. So anybody is willing to check out, they could check out Rural Treats, booth number 12. I'll be helping him out a little, and I'm just gonna rest.
What is
throughout the
expected from
rest.
that booth? Up to you. Then put your business there. So I'm gonna now ask you.
Yes, we have lots of treats available from saltfish. We have breakfast items, saltfish, herring, the usual bakes, fish cakes, stuff like manish water, pig, you name it, all of it. We have a well-stocked bar and food, manico,
You
everything.
stressed on pig, but you didn't
Available.
say rabbit. Well, the manico is not my thing. And why are people even eating such an animal?
No idea.
Yeah. Imagine that.
Solid food.
Yes, cooking it Sunday. Cooking it on Sunday was the first time working with it.
The rabbit?
Yes.
Okay.
And I was so, when I took the meat to, okay, I said, okay, I'll do what I have to do. I have to use it. I'm gonna do it. But how am I gonna taste it now because I'm scared of eating it? Yeah, I was like, okay, just a little. It looked like chicken, so just a little, just to see, just a little piece. And I was it, but not me, not in after that.
I remember Monica, I had an activity at my on the 14th of October. I had my Creole activity at my place. And then I had to cook the manico. And I said, this manico, I'm going to cook it, but not even checking to see if it has salt. But then I had to. I tasted the sauce, but I didn't eat the meat. Yes.
Oh, wow.
I'm scared of the wild meats.
Yeah.
I remember my husband came home with a manico one day and he put it in the freezer. I was like, I don't think it can stay there because every time I open the fridge, it's like I'm looking at a cat still. So you need to just take it out and put it somewhere else. You had to give it to a friend.
I don't eat the rabbit either. I prepare it, but I don't eat it.
Okay. Now is the moment before we close the curtains to extend thank you to all who enabled Sunday's initiative and actually a competition which saw you guys being here in my midst, the winner and the first runner-up. Your time to extend thank you, sponsors, family members, everybody who
Yeah.
really saw the successful undertaking of this activity.
I'd like to thank the Fond St Jacques Development Committee for considering me to take part in the competition, especially Miss Sandra Prosper for seeing the potential. Also, my family, they turned out in full support, and also my food and nutrition teachers were there in the stand. Miss Vite and the rest, they were in the stands waiting and supporting. So I really appreciate that.
Well, first and foremost, my assistant chef, she was great. I thank her for accepting when I asked her at the last minute.
Yeah.
Same week when I asked her, she was willing. She said, Miss Sonia, I will do it with you. And from that moment, I felt comfortable. I felt good. I felt that I had a chance of winning. Yes, yeah.
So you knew then what you know now. Nice.
I thank her. I thank Mrs. Prosper because I told her the night, I said, Mrs. Prosper, thank you for twisting my arm. Yeah. And the development committee, Charlotte Cadet, and the judges, Orlando, and the two others, and my daughter that was there supporting me, my sister, and all my friends. I thank them for being there and putting their belief in me. And most of them tell me, Sonia, you can't do it. You will make it.
I would like to thank my assistant as well, Chef Ali. So as long as you're in Fond St Jacques, you come up. There's a number of spots available that you can eat. You check out Chef Ali, you check out La Belvedere, you check out Sidetrack Delicacies. You cannot be hungry in Fond St Jacques. You're only hungry in Fond St Jacques if you want to. But we have a lot of places in Fond St Jacques, and I would like to thank her for taking the time off her own business to come down and be my assistant as well.
Claudia again said, congratulations to the winners, and I echo the very same sentiments. This has just opened doors for you guys because I'm saying, I'm going to book you. Let me try your fruitcake. I want to try your punch as well, too. So the sky is the limit. Now it's time to say tata. Anything else you all want to leave with the listening audience before we say goodbye? Oh, and one thing, I would love to have you guys on to sponsor our Christmas promotion in cash or in kind.
You have our number, so I guess you contact us and we'll
This
take
is
it
a
from
yes,
there.
I gather.
Yes.
Yes.
Saturday I'll be at market. I've not been to market for 2 weeks now because of I had my own thing the 14th. Plus I had to help my niece with she had a Creole activity and I had to help my niece. But Saturday I'll be back at market with all the goodies. I'll have my tui fish cake, my saltfish fish cake, my bakes, my cocoa tea, my cashew tea, and yes, and my local bread, my rose
Cashew
bakes.
tea.
Yes.
Assurance.
Mm-hmm. So I'll be there.
Oh,
with all
well,
these things on
before you
Saturday.
leave, how is that being done? Cashew tea?
Well, the same as the cocoa
But then
tea.
cashew is not even seasonal.
Well, yes, some people have it. Well, if I don't have, I usually buy. I usually buy at the supermarket. Yes.
Cashew.
I've never tried it.
Oh yes.
But I've seen it. I've seen it.
Wow.
But I've never tried it.
Interesting. You see why I said it's like I'm going to be here the whole day because there's so much to ask. But I think I will definitely bring you all guys back here for the fitting of Manje Kweyol. Again, let's not let our tradition die. So persons need to really know of those things. 10 minutes to the hour in Soufriere St. Lucia and the Eastern Caribbean. It has been an awesome pleasure to have both of you guys in my midst. I feel empowered to go back to the kitchen and be innovative. This is where, to our listeners, I say thank you for all the contributions as well, Facebook, and to you locked on by your frequency as well. It's been a great discussion and it's not the end. Thank you so much for gracing me here with your presence. I know you all guys are busy and behind the scenes, I'm coming with you, you know. But then thank you so much. It has been Thursday's edition of House Guests. Stay blessed. Have a productive one.
You asked for more live and relevant talk